Okay, hello everybody. So, thanks for tuning in. I think I finally got this together now. And we're going to get started. We're going to do some stamping. I was going to actually try to show my face first, but hey, let's get real. I'm lucky I got this full-faced here. Funny story. You know how I've been struggling with having everything in, full screen. Couldn't get that together. And then the other day, of course, I got the cat outside sleeping, sunning himself, and that came out full screen. So let me get this together so I can see who's leaving comments. And we'll begin in 1 second. So if you're watching, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me where you're watching from. Just let me know where you're, where you're watching from. New York, California, wherever. Okay. So again, thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight. So the first couple of things I want to show you and tell you about is, of course, today starts the Love What You Share. And that bundle starts today. You can get the Just Getting Started, A Little Bit More Please, or Gotta Have It All bundle. And also you can get the new ink pads, the new ink color, which is right here, 10% off. I do have Marlboro, New York. Hi, Samantha. So leave your comments, and if I don't say hi, I will later on. But the new ink pads, the new ink colors, you can get all of those today with a 10% discount. I do have an order going in at 9 o'clock tonight, so if you do want to place an order and get the Gotta Have It All bundle or one of the smaller bundles, just let me know. Okay? So with that, let me just show you some of the goodies that you get in the bundles. Okay? So you're going to get this nice ribbon. It's like it's a velvety ribbon. Very nice. Okay. And then you get the embossing folder. Lovely floral. That's actually one of the thicker ones. It's hard to see that. I could probably put something behind it where you can see the flower better. And then I have a really big table here, and believe it or not, I still don't have enough room. We have some doilies, pearlized doilies, and the artisan pearls. Of course, you can see I've already been playing with a lot of my stuff. The ink pads. Let me grab the ink pads. We have the lovely lipstick. We have the grapefruit groove. You can see those colors. We have the blueberry bushel, Call Me Clover, and the pineapple punch. Of course, I'll be just shortening up those names as I usually do. The stamp sets that you get in the bundle are Love What You Do. Hopefully you can see all that. Make a Difference with all the letters and the hand stamped by, From the Desk Of, Handcrafted by, Made with Love. And that's a really fun stamp set. Okay, and of course the Statement of the Heart, to love what you do, to share what we love, as we help others to enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments. Don't just think this is for demonstrators, because you can just ink up what you want and use that on a card. Okay, so think outside the box when it comes to these stamp sets. Also, you get this great card designer series paper, and I can see, I'm looking right here, so you can see the shimmery colors of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And of course, on the flip side, you have the other sides. Of course, I did, I kind of did one each side so you could see a little bit more of it. And of course, there's little pieces here because I've been using mine. So again, this is available to everybody starting today. So go on Stampersdelight.stampinup.net to order online from me if you don't have a demonstrator, and if you're one of my customers, or just contact me. Okay, because I do have an order going in tonight, or if you'd rather order and have it come to your house. Hi, Karen. How's that Florida weather? We're finally getting warm weather here in New York. It's about time. And then also in that bundle, you're going to get the embellishment kit. Just the box alone, I love. I'd buy it just for the box. And you get a bunch of little doodads in here, as I call them. Oh, my little doodads are missing. They're over on the table. You get some laser cut tags. Oh, no, they're in there. Some little paper clips, some little flowers. So this is a really great bundle. Now, the only thing I did want to point out, you also get cardstock and envelopes. I don't have that because I already put that away. And you also get some of the colored cardstock right here. But I've already started redoing my cardstock rack. So I've taken out the old retired cardstock and I've already put in the new one. So I didn't want to pull all that out again. So again, this starts today. Okay, so that is that. A couple of things I also wanted to remind you of is my Camp Mojo Monday night, May 7th. From 6 to 8:30, my open house, June 4th, and we'll get into that more. What I wanted to show you tonight was some stamps, some sets that we used last night at my my card buffet. Okay, so I am going to do a little stamping, but what we did last night was we used a lot of the stamp sets that are retiring. So this is a Mother's Flair, and I love this set, and it is retiring, but you can still get it. Okay, I'll just put it this way. I guess everybody can see it that way, right? I'm trying to show you everything. So with this at the card buffet, the girls had their choice of making as many cards as they wanted in the bucket. And I had put a couple of different designs together. And here's what we did. I did put some different sayings with it, but we did this card. And then the saying inside. And of course, this ribbon and the designer series paper is also going to be retiring. And then we did a birthday card. And we had a lot of fun last night doing this. I like the card buffets, and I think the girls like it too. The Stamp-A-Stacks, they like those too, okay? That's where I pick out what they're going to do, and they move from table to table and do the cards that I picked out. But the card buffet, I have so many tables or so many buckets picked out, and they do as many cards as they want from whatever bucket they want. So they pick and choose what ones they want to do. So here's another sample from this. Again, these are all from the same stamp set. And these, again, the designer series paper and this stamp set is retiring. So if you like this, you want to get it now. Okay, so we made 4 different cards. And the designer series paper is gorgeous, but that's also going away. Another one that we did was with the Grown with Love. That's the stamp set and framelits, and I just got this set not too long ago and finally got to use it, and that's also being retired. But hey, everything has to come to an end, and everything new is going to... Hey Jen, I finally got it together. I'm so proud of myself. So anyway, this set is also being retired, and it will be out on my my sale table on June 4th. And we did use, for the samples that I'm going to show you that we did last night, we also used the hardwood background stamp. But this one is not retiring, just so you know. So let me show you some samples that we did with that, or some cards that we did with that. These are my samples. Okay, so we did this one. And you could use the Stamparatus, of course, for this also. But if you notice, we didn't ink up the whole thing in the back. It was just like a shadowed effect, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. Sometimes I make up my own words. So that was one sample with that stamp set, and here's another one. And of course they, cut those out, and of course the flowers they colored with the markers and then did the huffing technique, and then that's the other one. So they had three different cards that they could do with that stamp set. The next one that we did was with the Big on Birthdays, which is also retiring. This one I'm like iffy about whether it's going to be on my sale table or not, because I love this stamp right here is probably one of my favorites. And the card I picked out for this that we did was this one with the ribbon. Of course, the ribbon is also being retired. And we just fussy cut around the edge like that. I really like this card. Now that paper right there, that designer series paper actually retired last year. But what I do with a lot of my designer series paper that I really like, I cut it into the 4 by 5 1/4, and I have it just ready to go for when I want to make a card or when I'm doing card buffets. I'll just do, sorry about the phone, ladies. I just, and gents, I just leave, you know, some cut like that. And this way I have a bucket there of cardstock or designer series paper that they can choose from, even though it's retired. Okay. Again, drop me a line. Tell me where you're tuning in from. So that set is also being retired. Another one that we did from the Blooms and Wishes, another great set that's being retired. This is another one I really like. Well, actually, who am I kidding? I like them all. Okay, I guess if I put it down, you could probably see it even better, couldn't you? Okay, so this is another card that we did, and this card's, the cardstock is the Sweet Sugar Plum, which I really do like too, and that's being retired. And then the inside, the saying is actually from Big on Birthdays. So we kind of mixed and matched everything. So as you can see, we had a big assortment of cards that we could do last night. And then the other one that we did, and these are not being retired, but we used Barn Door without the framelits. And we used Country Living because they go so well together. Again, these are not being retired. And then we used the saying, today is your day, celebrate in style, from the Truly Tailored. This one is being retired. But we got to do a manly card at every class, or at least every Stamp-A-Stack and every card buffet. Got to have a man card in there. So with those cards, with those sets, they had 3 choices. They could use this one, and this one opened this way, which I like to. Sometimes I do it tent style. Sometimes I do it this way. It's just an, you know, a different look. And you can see the Barn Door goes great with the Country Living. And, of course, the guitar. Have to do a guitar for the musician in my life. And then the cowboy boots. So, again, we had 3 styles, 3 cards they could pick from. So they could do as many of these cards as they wanted. They just pick a bin, go to the table, and either work together or by themselves. Now, the last one that we did, I'm actually going to stamp for you and show you. So what we used, and I'll bring that up right now, is this set, which is also being retired, but it's still here. You can still get it. It is the Fruit Basket or the Fruit Basket Bundle. So it's the stamp set, and you can get the little itty-bitty fruit punch packet with those little punches, and the designer series paper that matches it, the 6x6. And for those of you that don't know, that little watermelon guy, if you use that on each side of your, let me just show you. If you use that on each side of like your designer series paper, it makes a great slit on each side to put your ribbon through. So that little punch is great. Again, I'm not sure it's going to be on my sale table because I like that punch just to use it for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to stamp the card. I'm not going to show it to you first. So what I did, and this is going to be tricky for me because I'm kind of standing. Okay, let me take my mat. Now, this card would probably be great. Actually, I'm probably going to sit down, so hopefully you can see me. This would have been great with the Stamparatus, but I actually ran out of room on my table here. So what I did is I took the Fruit Basket and I inked it up in Dapper Denim, which is also going away. This is a 3.5 by 3.5 piece of cardstock. And doing it this way, I can't guarantee it's going to even come out even because I'm looking down. Then what I did is I took my black, which this is the archival black, which is also going away, but we have the memento and we will have the stays on. And right on top of it, and excuse me for my head being in the way. And again, I'm not good at stamping on camera. Actually, I didn't do too bad for that one, did I? Then what I would do is I would take the red. I should close these up because if I don't, I'll have my hand in them. You can mask these little strawberries, but they really didn't show up. I mean, you didn't really need to. At least I didn't think you did. You can't really see too much of it. I put 3 little strawberries here. Just overlap them. Then with the lemon lime twist, which is one of my favorite colors, I took the little topper. And the polymer stamps are great because you can really see what you're doing. I put those right on top of there. And then I took a second piece of cardstock. I'll just move this away. Everybody can see that, right? I already stamped those. You could see I stamped them ahead of time, so I didn't have to keep stamping strawberries for you. Did one more. Now, this is one of the punches, the little strawberry punch. He's actually smaller than these guys, but it makes a great little strawberry. And they're going to go right on top, so actually the small ones look great. Then I took my little mini dimensionals, and of course my little pokey thing. Okay. And I'm just going to put some dimensionals on here. Okay. Oh, got that one on my finger. Don't forget, ladies, I will be back Friday morning for Facebook Friday, 7 a.m. We're going to do an eclipse card before work. And don't forget, you can still get the Share What You Love. That starts today. And then if you can see that, yeah, I think you can see that. And I would tell you that I'll show my face on Friday, but not Friday morning. Okay. So there, I filled in those little spots where the little white was shown. I have one more, so I'm just gonna, maybe I'll just stick him right here like he's falling out of there. There we go. How's that? Okay. So then I'm gonna go back to my Dapper Denim. And I might get out of view for a minute. I'm going to stamp from this set, Happy Birthday to You. And I do have to bring it down a little bit so I can try to get this straight. Okay. And then for the inside, I'm going to use the other saying, which says, you are the sweetest. I'll do that in the Dapper Denim also. And again, with the little strawberry. Let's put that in the corner. I like to put a little thing on the inside, just like I like to do. Can you see that? I also like to decorate my envelope. Throw a little strawberry. I don't know. I think it adds to it. Okay, so that's for the card. Now, I took a strip of the Designer Series paper, and this is 2 inches wide, and it's 6 inches long, but it's going to be too long. But I need that anyway, because I'm going to cut it off. I took a piece of the Lemon Lime Twist cardstock, and I'm going to fold that in half. And my bone folder probably got lost somewhere on this table. Oh, it's right there. Okay, so I'm done stamping, so I'm just going to move my mat out of the way. Okay. Okay, so before I do anything else, what I did before, I got on live TV, was I used the Dapper Denim, and I used the textured embossing folder, the basket weave, which is not available right now, but you can get it in the new catalog. This was one of the celebration items. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Marge. So I ran it through the Big Shot, and I'm going to layer that right on my lemon lime twist with my snail. And again, when I'm doing it upside down like this, sometimes it's a little crooked, but not too bad. Okay, so for this piece, what I want to do is I want to take my tailored punch and I'm going to make a little banner. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to go in here, and I don't measure anything, so let's see if that's long enough. I can always trim it. Yeah, it's still a little bit long. So I'm just, hey Ellie, thanks for tuning in. Okay, so I'm just going to snip off a little bit more. Yep, that's good. Okay, so again, I'm going to snail that down now, right on top. Okay, then I'm going to take the ombre ribbon. Now, the nice thing is the ombre ribbon is staying. And I'm going to take the piece that we already stamped, and I'm going to tie this around here. So let me get my, I'm not going to even attempt to do a bow in front of everybody. I know you're not, I can't see you, but I know you're watching. So what I'm going to do is just take this ribbon and tie it. Yes, I always use too much ribbon, but it's easier to tie. So, and it's also easier for me to fix if I need to fix it. And then I'm going to snip it. And that's going to go right on the front of my card. Now, I could lay that flat, but I don't want to. I'm going to grab my regular dimensionals, and I'm going to put those on the back side so it puffs it up. I like 3D items, and I use a lot of dimensionals, and hopefully you can see that. Oh, there you go. So I'm putting the dimensionals in here. Again, leave me some comments. Tell me where you're from. Don't forget my class next Monday, and my open house is on June 4th. Lots of good bargains, so I can make room for new stuff for you girls. Just gonna put that, layer that right there. And that was a little crooked, so let's make sure I got that straight. Looks about right. There's the front of my card. I'm just going to open it up. And since I already stamped that, just lay that down. And I got red ink on the front of that one. There you go. And see, I did get a little red ink there. So let me show you what happens with that. This is the card that it's supposed to look like, okay? Now, perfect. Got a little red ink here. What do you do when you get a little red ink? Come on. Anybody know? I know you know out there, right? We get a little sponge. We take a little red. We lift it up a little bit. And we sponge it. There you go. Fix that problem. So again, there's the card. And this set is retiring. This bundle is retiring, but you can still get it. Okay, so I hope you like that. And again, you can use any of the pieces from that bundle. So again, this is the bundle. It is still available. Don't forget, if you want to order from the Share What You Love, you can contact me. I have an order going in tonight. I really appreciate you checking back with me. I'm glad that everybody was able to stick it out with me while I got my camera working. I hope you enjoyed my little stamping video. This will be posted on YouTube, so if you tuned in late, and you can't, you know, it'll be on Facebook later too, but I'm going to also transfer it to YouTube. So thank you so much for watching, and I will be back Friday morning before work at 7 a.m., so tune in for my Facebook Live. Again, Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. Happy stamping, everybody.